So we Dander around Castle Archdale in County Fermanagh. Just thought I'd show you, this is some of the bluebells that's coming up at the minute in the Archdale. They'll be out for another few weeks, and there's a lovely smell of garlic behind me there on the left hand side. It's fresh garlic. Rub it in your hands and you'll be able to smell it. The trees, two trees here as you come out of the garden, two of the biggest trees I have seen in the actual park. You'll see me as I come on down a wee bit. All the paths are soaking at the minute because of the rain's been so heavy, but normally it's nice and dry. So yeah, look at the size, look at the thickness of that tree, like, right and high too. You'll always see squirrels about here as well. That's me. Yeah, that's the tree. Look at the size of it compared to me. Massive. Again, you have other tar covered paths along the walks, and some lovely woodland for make sure if you are bringing a dog, have it on a lead. There's nothing as worse as coming to and someone saying, it won't touch you, don't worry about it, and then it jumps on your dog and attacks it. So keep it on a lead, at least when you see someone or meet someone. All the paths have been updated here too. I find they've done a lot of work here. This here used to be a terrible path, and there's at least 5 car parks. This is one of the car parks that leads down onto the bay. It's close to the waterfront. You'll see it there. It's something Water's Edge or something like that there. I can't remember the name of it, but anyhow, it's got a lovely picnic table and it's got a lovely view of the surrounding area. Miley, my dog, it loves down here, so it is during the summer. There doesn't normally be waves during the summer, but today, I don't know, it was the rain this last few days. It's actually really high, the lake's never this high, so I'd say where the dam is in Ballyshannon, they're going to have to let a lot of water out, because as you can see, the water's coming right up onto the path. This doesn't normally happen. It's my dog loved it. In fact, look at her, she actually loved the water coming up onto the path. Anything to do with water, my dog enjoys it. There you can see a lovely view of the typical Fermanagh scenery, like, Here, we call this the beach area. Normally there's a few wee jetties where the boats used to come in, but they're not used anymore, and be a lot of sand. I'd advise anybody that's going today or over the next few days to let the kids wear Wellingtons, because as you can see, the paths are covered in water. Saying that, it's lovely, like, it's warm today, but it's just it's mucky. Like, you can see how far the tree and the water lines come right through, right onto the path, like, but definitely a really enjoyable walk. If you're in Fermanagh, spend a bit of time just out at Castle Archdale. It's beautiful scenery, and there's plenty to do here. There's not just the walks and the boats and islands and what have you, but bring your dog will love it here. My dog Miley loves it here, so she does. She's always walking around. Normally there doesn't be anybody in there in the morning because people's away doing school runs and what have you, but during the morning I usually have the dog off, and then if I meet someone, I'll put it on the lead. This will bring you down to the Castle Archdale where the boats come in, so this wee path here, it goes right round to the beacon. There's the beacon in the foreground, but to the right now where the camera's going, this is where all the Castle Archdale boats comes in. Here at this area now, you can hire the little bicycle boat, which this is a new feature here, and I'm sure you'll see them all over the country, but particularly in County Fermanagh they're using them. So this is them here. You can hire these from the office just on the right hand side, but you can get on them and cycle right out so you can on a good day. But today now it's a bit choppy. As you can see, there's all what's available there and the tickets and the telephone number. This is actually the boat that brings you out to Wild Island there. This is a caravan park. I'm sure anybody that stays here knows it. And that's the Pilot Nook in the left hand side there beside the park, which is a little pub. So if you're staying in the caravan, you can visit the pub. These steps here on the right, which just seen they're coming up now. They lead you right up to the top here, and this is an old Victorian house with all cobblestones and red brick back from the day. You can go in there, and there's a little coffee shop. It's not open today, mind you, but it normally does be open, and you can have a cup of tea, cup of coffee. It's gone. And you can look at all the old stuffed animals that are in the windows and stuff that are found on the site. Again, it shows you the 17th century and the way the land was and whatever. Not really for me, but I'm sure some people will find it interesting, like, you know. I liked the architecture, it was lovely, so it was all the red brick and what have you, and the cobblestones are beautiful, so they are. Out the side here, this is one of the car parks that I normally park at in the van, but at the side there's picnic tables where you can have barbecues, you know, the wee trays that you can bring out with, and there's plenty of tables, so if it is busy or it is a busy evening or a lovely evening, you can bring, there's a few people can come to it, like, you know. I'm sure a nice bottle of wine will go down well too. You can see on the left hand side people have pulled in, and that wet weather was bad, and there's at least 20 people who are camping there at the minute, like, you know. So that's Castle Archdale, and that's my dog Miley, stuck her nose out the window as usual, and that's the walled garden on the left, and this is the